At our wedding, my fiancée accidentally said the wrong name during the vows, and here's what happened next. Alright Reddit, buckle up because I never thought I'd be that guy posting here. But after everything that happened, I need to unload this somewhere, and we're better than the internet's favorite drama zone. For some background, my fiancée Emily and I had been together for 5 years before finally tying the knot. We met in college, survived the ups and downs of post-grad life, and honestly, she's my best friend. We always had a strong relationship, and even when we hit rough patches, we worked through them like adults. No major red flags, no shady business, or so I thought. The wedding was supposed to be perfect. We kept it small, mostly family and close friends. The venue was a charming little outdoor spot near a lake, decorated with string lights and flowers, straight out of a Pinterest board. Everything was going smoothly, right up until the vows. Emily was standing in front of me, tears in her eyes, looking like the love of my life. She smiled, took a deep breath, and started her vows. I Emily take you Alex. Except Reddit, my name isn't Alex. My name is Jake. The silence that followed was brutal. You know that feeling when you drop a glass in a crowded room, and suddenly everyone goes silent and just stares. That, but worse. Emily turned pale as soon as the name left her lips. Her eyes widened, and she immediately slapped a hand over her mouth. Gasps rippled through the crowd. I swear I could hear my mom audibly whisper, "Oh my God." The officiant cleared his throat awkwardly. I just stood there, completely frozen, while my brain scrambled to process what just happened. And then Emily stammered, I mean Jake, I take you Jake. But it was too late. I felt my stomach drop to the floor, my heart was pounding. My hands went cold, because who the hell is Alex? I couldn't even force a smile or a joke. I just stood there, watching her face go from ghostly white to full-on panic mode. She knew she had just messed up in the worst way possible. The guests were whispering, shifting uncomfortably. The officiant looked at me like, dude, what do we do? So I did the only thing I could. I turned to Emily and in the calmest voice I could muster asked. And that's when the wedding fell apart. Emily's face contorted like she was about to either burst into tears or throw up, probably both. She immediately started shaking her head, reaching for my hands. It was an accident, Jake, I swear. It doesn't mean anything. I don't even know why I said that name. But my gut was screaming at me that this was not just an innocent slip-up. The guests were now fully invested in the drama unfolding before them. I saw my best man, Tyler, giving me the abort mission eyes from the front row. My sister was gripping my mom's arm like we were in the middle of a reality show finale. I took a deep breath, trying to keep my voice steady. Okay, then tell me, who is Alex? And that's when Emily completely lost it. She started sobbing, full body trembling, hands clutching mine like I was about to disappear. It's nothing, Jake, I swear, it's not what you think. Which, by the way, is literally the worst thing you can say in this situation, because now everyone was thinking the worst possible thing. At this point, my brain was going 1,000 miles per hour. There were only a few possibilities. An ex she wasn't over. A guy she had feelings for but never told me about. The room was spinning, my vision tunneled. My heartbeat was so loud in my ears that I almost missed the way Emily let out the smallest, most guilty noise ever. I turned toward the crowd, locking eyes with the woman who had spoken. I didn't recognize her, but she looked horrified like she hadn't meant to spill that little piece of information. Her coworker, I repeated, my voice flat. The woman visibly gulped. I thought. Too late, damage done. I turned back to Emily, and she was shaking her head again, fresh tears rolling down her face. Jake, please, I swear, it's not. Are you sleeping with him? I asked, cutting her off. My voice didn't even sound like mine anymore. And she hesitated. Reddit, she hesitated. Right then and there, I knew. The next few minutes were a blur of Emily sobbing, guests whispering, my best man stepping up to grab my arm like, dude, let's get out of here before this turns into a full-blown soap opera. I turned to the officiant, I think we're done here. And I walked out of my own wedding. Someone she was currently involved with. Yeah, my mind was spiraling. Whatever it was bad. And then, like a divine gift of chaos, someone in the crowd made everything 10 times worse. A woman's voice, high-pitched, shocked, suddenly blurted out, wait, Alex, like your coworker Alex. You could hear a pin drop. Emily froze, her hands went limp in mine, and that's when I knew it wasn't just a slip-up. It's been 2 weeks since that absolute disaster of a day. Emily has been blowing up my phone with apologies, swearing that it was just a crush and that she never actually did anything with Alex. But even if that were true, the fact that she said his name instead of mine, at our freaking wedding. That's not just a mistake, that's a Freudian slip on steroids. Needless to say, the wedding was called off. I'm currently staying at my best man's place while I figure out my next steps. My family is 100% on my side, and my sister has already declared that if Emily ever shows her face again, she's going to accidentally spill red wine on her. I still can't believe this happened. 5 years together, and this is how it ends. But maybe it's better that I found out before I signed the marriage certificate. So yeah, that's how my wedding day turned into a full-blown our relationship advice nightmare. Would love to hear what Reddit thinks. Did I overreact, or was this just the universe saving me from a massive mistake? Alright Reddit, you guys want an update, and oh boy do I have one for you. I thought my life had already hit peak drama, but apparently the universe decided to double down. So where did we leave off? Right, me walking out of my own wedding after my fiancée, Emily, accidentally said another guy's name, Alex, during the vows. She tried to play it off, but then some poor, unsuspecting guest blurted out that Alex was her coworker. And when I straight up asked her if she was sleeping with him, she hesitated. Not exactly wife material. Now let me tell you what happened after. For the first few days post-wedding, Emily went into full-on panic mode. She blew up my phone with calls and texts, alternating between begging, apologizing, and making excuses. Here are some highlights of her messages. Jake, please, you have to believe me. It was just a name slip, nothing more. Alex is just a coworker, I swear on my life. I don't even think about him that way. I was nervous, it was a mistake, you're overreacting. Jake, don't throw away 5 years over this, please let's talk. But here's the thing, if it were truly nothing, she wouldn't have hesitated when I asked if she was sleeping with him. That hesitation spoke volumes. I ignored her messages, I wasn't in the mood for lies. A week after the disaster, I got some intel from an unexpected source, one of Emily's coworkers. Let's call her Lisa. Lisa reached out to me on Facebook, saying she heard about what happened and thought I deserved to know the truth. And oh boy, the truth was worse than I expected. Turns out, Emily and Alex had been flirting at work for months. Lisa had overheard their not-so-subtle conversations and noticed how Emily would always find an excuse to spend time near him. While Lisa didn't have proof that they had actually hooked up, she told me she wouldn't be surprised. Then she dropped the final bombshell. Emily and Alex had been texting a lot. And guess what? Emily deleted all their messages right after the wedding fiasco. That was all the confirmation I needed. If she had nothing to hide, why wipe their messages? I was ready to move on. But apparently Emily was. A few days later, she showed up at Tyler's place. Now picture this, I'm chilling on the couch, trying to distract myself with some mindless TV, when suddenly there's loud knocking at the door. Tyler opens it, and there she is. Emily, eyes red from crying, looking like a wreck. Behind her, freaking Alex. I swear my soul left my body. Tyler immediately stepped in front of me like a human shield, but I waved him off. I needed to see where this was going. Emily, through tears and hiccups, started rambling. Jake, please, I just want to talk. I need you to hear me out. I crossed my arms, then why is he here? And that's when Alex, this absolute idiot, decided to chime in. Dude, I just wanted to make sure she was okay. Oh no. I laughed, I actually laughed out loud. You wanted to make sure she was okay, I repeated, incredulous, after she ruined our wedding by saying your name. Emily turned to Alex with panic in her eyes. She hadn't wanted him to talk. Too late. Tyler, who had been silently fuming up until now, finally exploded. Do you even realize what you just admitted? He barked. You showing up here proves there was something going on between you two. Otherwise, why the hell would you be here? Alex turned bright red. He stammered something about just wanting to clear the air, but at this point I was done. I turned back to Emily. You've got 5 minutes, make them count. And guess what? She admitted it. Through sobs, she confessed that yes, she had feelings for Alex. She swore they never did anything physical. She claimed it was just emotional confusion and that she never meant to hurt me. But at that point, did it even matter? I looked her in the eyes and told her, "You can have him." And then I shut the door in both their faces. Emily broke down sobbing outside while Alex awkwardly tried to console her. I didn't care, I felt free. Tyler, meanwhile, cracked open a beer and muttered, "Dude, you dodged a nuclear bomb." And honestly, he's right. It's been another week and I feel so much better. I'm moving my stuff into a new apartment and focusing on myself. Emily has stopped trying to contact me. I assume she and Alex are doing whatever. Honestly, I don't care. What I do know is that I dodged a bullet. Imagine if I had actually married her, only to find out she had a thing for someone else. No thanks. So yeah, that's the update, Reddit. Let me know, did I handle this the right way, or should I have done something differently? Alright Reddit, buckle up because this is the update no one, including me, saw coming. It's been about 4 months since my wedding disaster, and let's just say karma has been working overtime. When I last updated you, I had kicked Emily and Alex to the curb and was moving on with my life. No contact, no second chances, just pure freedom. And let me tell you, those first couple of months, glorious. I got my own place, started hitting the gym, picked up some old hobbies, and actually enjoyed life for the first time in years. No relationship drama, no wedding stress, just me, doing whatever the hell I wanted. I had zero intention of ever hearing from Emily again. But as you probably guessed from the title, she found a way back. A few weeks ago, I got a text from an unknown number. "Hey Jake, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from, but can we talk?" I didn't even have to guess who it was. Emily. I stared at my phone for a solid 5 minutes, debating whether to even respond. My gut told me hell no, but my curiosity got the best of me. I had to know, why now? So like an idiot, I replied. What do you want? Her response. I made a huge mistake. No freaking way. I wasn't about to meet up with her, but I did some digging. Turns out, Emily and Alex didn't exactly get the happily ever after she thought she would. Their relationship lasted about 2 months. Alex turned out to be a massive player. He dumped her the second things got serious. Apparently once she was actually available, the chase wasn't fun for him anymore. Classic. But here's the kicker. Alex didn't just dump her, he got engaged to another girl, someone he had been seeing on the side the entire time. And where did Emily find out? At their engagement party. Yep, she walked in, expecting a normal work event, and instead saw Alex proposing to some other woman. I almost felt bad for her, almost. So now Emily was single, humiliated, and realizing she had thrown away 5 years of a stable relationship for a guy who didn't give a damn about her. And suddenly I was important again. I ignored her first few messages, but she kept trying. She started love-bombing me, just like she had after the wedding. I miss you, I still love you. We had something real, Jake, don't you remember? I was stupid, but people make mistakes. I just want a chance to fix things. Then the big one. Can we meet, please? I won't lie, I was tempted, not because I wanted her back, but because I wanted to see how far she would go. So I agreed. We met at a small coffee shop. The moment I walked in, I knew this was going to be a train wreck. Emily looked rough, like she hadn't been sleeping, hadn't been eating right. She was clearly stressed. She smiled when she saw me, but I didn't return it. The first words out of her mouth. You look good, Jake. I just nodded, so what do you want? That's when she lost it. She went on a full-on emotional rant, talking about how she missed me, how she regretted everything, how Alex had manipulated her into thinking she had feelings for him. She told me she had been miserable without me. And then she hit me with, can we start over? I took a sip of my coffee, leaned back, and let out a long sigh before saying, Emily, I don't think you miss me. I think you miss the idea of me. She froze. I kept going. You didn't choose me when it mattered. You hesitated at the altar. You hesitated when I asked you if you were with Alex. And now you're only here because he dumped you. If he hadn't, would we be having this conversation? Silence. She didn't even try to deny it. I stood up, threw a few dollars on the table for my coffee, and looked her in the eyes one last time. I deserve better than being someone's second choice. Then I walked out. She didn't try to follow me. That was a week ago. Since then, no more messages, no desperate calls, nothing. I think she finally got it. And honestly, I feel amazing. For the first time in forever, I feel like I actually won. I walked away with my dignity, my self-respect, and a lesson that I will never forget. If someone loves you, they choose you, always. And that's the final update, Reddit. Thanks for coming along on this wild ride.